They keep praising it before they even tried it. And then...
Oh. What's up, you guys? Kiliancha here. Today is an exciting day. I'm gonna meet my friend Mr. Q. He grew up in Zimbabwe, moved to UK, and now based in Singapore. And he's gonna cook up some amazing roast chicken with polenta and greens. It's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited. Let's go. Say hi, Kayla.
So you can leave her here and you come back in 17 years? Yeah. You can take over for me, it's fine. Do you want to
Kayla, say hi.
Yeah, I'm staying here for the next 17 years, right? Mommy and Papa can come back later. Yeah? She's like, I just woke up, leave it alone. Nope. So yeah, this is our front garden. Like we have a small veg patch. So this is supposed to be Kaya's veg patch. As you can see, the experiments are going wrong. It looks good for a bit, but then right now, some of it just seems to be falling apart. This is sugarcane, and it looks like it may be holding. So the spring onions did really well for a bit, and then like in the last 2 days, they just went. So this is much less organized. I'm growing all sorts of funny stuff in there. Which is weird stuff. Right? And then this is a pomegranate tree.
Wow.
There's a mango tree. And there's a curry leaf over there as well.
Interesting. Oh.
Yes. There's a lot of food waste in here. There's something growing in here. That is so weird and amazing at the same time. I'm gonna leave it as it is, just to find out what it is. Bicycles, family bicycles. Okay, so this is the entrance. We only just moved in here about 8 months ago.
Okay.
No, well, 9 months ago. It's not completely how we want it, but it is a family house, and so you've got toys everywhere. There are Kaya's toys all over the place, but also a cultural corner there that was like the dining area. Right. Kaya's toy section in the corner there. Whenever I'm cooking, it's my kitchen. My wife is not allowed. This is exactly what made us take this place. I'm a very fastidious kind of like a cook in the kitchen, but today I'm a little bit messier than usual. And back garden, well, back porch really, not garden. When you have a 4-year-old, you cannot expect to keep anything clean. Then I'll take you upstairs. Some art, and then we have quite a lot more art as well, and sculptures that we're going to.
This is Bob?
This is her mom actually.
Oh, her mom.
That's her mom, yeah. So we're still here to decorate. We've got like nails in the walls, and we're trying to put more artwork up here. For a crazy 4-year-old bedroom who loves pink, loves all that kind of stuff, right? Have to go with the flow.
Oh, her Kaya has an H as well.
So in my language, Kaya means home. It's actually short for Kaya Liche, which means beautiful home. Spare room, usually like more for study. Oh, our own bedroom here. But again, it's still quite bare, but it's my wardrobe. There's no shortage of color. I would say 90% of everything in here are my own clothes, because I'm a menswear designer, so I design and make my own clothes. So all these things in here are all my own clothes. I'm a big fan of color, right? And I always try to emphasize, if we live in the tropics, you've got to wear color. This entire wardrobe, by the way, is all mine. I don't share it. I refuse. I'm very selfish. I've got too many clothes. I have a lot of clothes. And then here is more classical, much more toned down. So I've got like, you know, darker colors, more formal trousers, jackets.
When do you wear these?
So jackets I just don't wear at all, right? So these jackets, I've had them for a long time. I don't wear them. I've got my wedding suit somewhere in here. Yeah, this was my wedding suit. The first suit I actually ever designed. This is it, what I did with the lining. Beautiful. Yeah. These here, I wear them a lot because they're just lightweight fabrics. So on those days when I don't feel like color, I'll just wear some really basic stuff. Cream, beige, navy, brown. My functional side of the wardrobe. And then all my shoes are outside.
When you're about to go outside, right?
Yes.
Do you think about what you're gonna wear?
I used to think I could plan my outfits. I'm not good at planning my outfits. I dress emotionally, I think. For me, I decide 5 minutes before I have to get dressed. Being a Sunday, I'm much more relaxed today. On the menu today, I'm making a chicken casserole dish. In a sort of Zimbabwean style, the casserole itself is a medley of vegetables and chicken. What I did was I seasoned the chicken last night. First thing in the morning, I started cooking it. So it's gonna be that tomato based, and it's got a mixture of green, red and yellow peppers. And then I'm going to make it with ischwala, which in Western terminology uses polenta. Polenta is made of the exact same thing that we make as well in our culture, which is pounded cornmeal. The last component would be these greens, which are going to be really finely chopped up all on one plate, and you eat with your hands. Right? The idea is that you're supposed to eat with your hands all the flavors and so on and so forth. Hopefully it comes out worthy of eating. If it doesn't, I didn't cook it.
I'm excited.
Don't be too excited. Reserve your excitement until we actually have something on the plate and you've eaten it. I'll cook any day of the week, but Sundays definitely I try to cook everything, especially like a really homely Sunday roast type of meal. This is all of this week's compost, just from 1 week, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This is all the food waste. So right now we've got the tomato sauce is cooking. So I've made the onions already, and the chicken is already cooked, right? And it's gonna be baked into a casserole. So this is like the sauce that came from the chicken.
Oh.
So I use this to kind of baste the sauce. All the onions go in here with the sauce. So I caramelized them earlier. These are just onions, right? And then mix them up with red and yellow tomatoes. Then the peppers, right? I usually have them just like this. So this makes the base of a sauce.
I like the colors.
Eventually.
So the oven is already preheated. So all the chicken pieces will go in here. Bake it for about a good 30 to 45 minutes. Okay. So usually I like to roast it first before it cooks properly. In the sauce. So here I have to boil water, and then what I do is take this water. It has to be hot water. So you've only just arrived in Singapore?
Yeah, Deepavali last year.
Oh really?
Right before the crazy things began.
Oh my god, okay. Now that I've got it like this, right? Like everything is cooked here, right? But the casserole itself, where the flavors really kick in, is when I've like mixed it up like this. I put some salt and quite a bit of seasoning, right? But actually afterwards I chop up some salt and chili, almost like a garnish on the side, because I try not to over flavor it. Being African, salt is a terrible thing. We overdo salt. A lot of this way of cooking I was taught by my dad. I think, as I said to you before, it's hard to find ingredients that are specifically from my country, because in Singapore the closest we've got to that is South Africa. Now that I've got this done, right? So that casserole goes in there. It'll be in there for about, I'll set it for 45, and then at about 175. And then the only thing that's left now is the staple cornmeal base. When you look at it, it looks like flour. It's made of maize meal, and then you cook it with just water. I'll season it like salt. I'll put a little bit of flavoring here and there. Maybe sometimes lemongrass or parsley. I like putting parsley so you can see a bit of color in it. But that's such a no-no where I come from. They like it plain. You learn to add flavors and adaptations of dishes from your culture, and you throw them into your thing. Flavors end up changing because of the fact that you've adapted and adopted, and I throw them into this kind of stuff. But I think going across borders and across continents, you learn that no, it doesn't have to stay. It'll be interesting when I go back home finally and I start cooking this stuff for them. They'll either love it or they'll just think, what have you done to our food? I don't know. And the second thing is the greens. Again, this has to be a substitute because the exact greens I was looking for, can't find them here in Singapore. I'm gonna cook them in such a way that it looks exactly like how we did home, but the spices around it are gonna be quite different.
Okay, lay down. Okay, night night. Good night, Kayla.
These are fresh spring greens. In the UK, for example, we used to have a good version of it. So this one here is called Kai Shin Hua. Kind of the closest, but it is a smaller leaf. Usually we've got like this really big, broad leaf, a bit thicker. Because the leaves are so small, I'm gonna make quite a lot. So hopefully when my dad sees this, I might have done him proud. My mom will probably be laughing, saying, "That's not how we cook." What is that? This will literally take 5 minutes to make. Chop it really, really finely. In language, we call this umbita. What used to tend to happen was that when people were cooking this part of the dish, they would boil it in water. Right? As I've mixed more and more with other cultures, you begin to realize actually you don't even need to boil this stuff at all. So what I do is instead I saute them in a pan without putting any water at all. Added a really nice flavor to it as well. They're putting me under pressure, they keep praising it before they even tried it. So this has been like
so good.
baking for about 30 minutes now. Yeah, it will be extremely hot, so it's going to have to rest for a little bit.
I smell the spices that you put in there.
With the polenta, you just put lots of water So if anyone from Zimbabwe ends up watching this, they're gonna go, sacrilege! This is what happens with adaptation and traveling and whatnot. This is a lemongrass and ginger salt. I'm mixing this into the water for the chwala. There's a mixture of garlic and herbs in here. Please be careful, don't burn yourself. Right, so this is the polenta. Alright? And the best way I make it is this. This takes no more than 5 minutes. Like I said, you know, the Italians will make it look all fancy and stuff like that. But so look, you see the consistency? It starts to change.
Quickly.
Very quickly. And I usually leave it for about 3 minutes to do this. And at the end of it, I'll add like a big knob of butter. Sometimes I'll mix in cheese as well. Right, but butter definitely, and it creates a nice... Kaya, it's gonna be ready soon.
Beautiful color.
Yeah. Sometimes when you want to make more, you can definitely add more water. So it's Zimbabwe meets Italy.
So it's parm and polenta.
Right, exactly. Parmesan, polenta. And it adds a beautiful smell to it as well. Nutty, strong, tangy smell to it. Yeah, exactly. So when you add the cheese and the butter, what you find is that it becomes less sticky.
The oil from the butter.
That's right, exactly. It becomes so smooth. It's really, really nice. Let's see if just tipping it might work.
Whoa.
There we go. So here, our season. Let's go here.
Love the sound.
Yeah. So can you smell that? I love the smell of green. So usually, unfortunately, what would happen is sometimes people will put water into this, right? And I think that kills a lot of the flavor. And really probably kills some of the nutrients, you know? Whereas I just simply let it like cook like this.
Yeah, because the onions are gonna release some juices.
That's right, exactly. Because if you cook them any more than this, they lose their color. So all I would do is leave it covered for another 2 minutes. See how much they shrink as well after they've been cooked. So you want to cook, when you have a lot of people, you can cook 2 whole packets, you know? There we go.
Why don't you switch it off?
Food is done. Good. There we go. And I'll bring the...
Wow, let's move this out of the way then.
Come, Kayla, let's wash your hands first. Come. Let's wash.
Okay, so I'll show you. So essentially what you do is this, right? You pick at it like that, and then you make a little ball like this, right? So usually when it's hot, right? And then you do that. Then you pick the greens. You pick some of the sauce like that, and then... So the sauce, drizzle it over. Good. And you mix it up, and it gives you a nice kick, you know? It's a nice kick of flavor. What do you think?
Now I'm gonna try it.
So the big bones
gotta make a ball.
Yeah, okay.
Get the chicken.
Kaya definitely enjoys eating it right down to the bone, right?
Pour it on top.
Drink from here, darling. This one is empty now. This one.
I love all the colors from the plate. We have the yellow, green, orange, red. Very, very big bite.
I'm a great believer in that law that food tastes better in company. So
That's true. In Filipino, we call it kamayan, like using our hands and eating together.
My mom always says when you use your hands, it just tastes so much better.
yeah,
Like when we were little, she used to feed us with her hands.
is it good?
So good. The polenta is kind of creamy
Yeah.
because of the butter.
That's right. If you don't put the butter or even the cheese, it makes it quite dry. It's still edible. It's really, really nice. It'll feel a bit more coarse, not dry, but coarse.
What spices did you put in the chicken?
So I put coriander, and I put a Lebanese mixed spice, and I also put a Middle Eastern curry mix, which has got turmeric, curry, coriander, cumin, and that's why I'll cook it in a casserole, because once you start mixing it and you're cooking everything else, it really makes it so much nice flavor.
I think we're gonna make some polenta at home now.
Oh, Kai gave you double thumbs up now.
Double thumbs up? Very good. I'm very happy to hear that.
The chicken is still moist
Right, yeah, so
and tender.
at first I baked it in the oven for, I would say, about an hour. Put the sauce in there.
There's a similar dish that we cook. We call it chicken Afritada. And the base is tomato as well. The chicken, we don't put any spices. It's just that
Plain.
plain tomato base.
Okay, so the other thing is never to be shy about licking your fingers because that's where, you know.
That's true.
Is there any meal that you guys eat with your hands?
A lot.
Especially with fish.
Yeah.
Because you can navigate easily with the
navigate.
bones, you know.
Yeah.
Alright, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for feeding us. 3
You
plates.
are most welcome. Anytime. Really enjoyed that. Happy to feed you more stuff. We can make it more fun, more diversified next time. We can add a couple of other strange, funny elements. So this time it was just chicken. Next time I can make you like a pumpkin roast or lamb ribs with pumpkins or what we could do. So I'm looking forward to the next one.
I am most looking forward to that. And we're so full right now. Again, thank you so much to your whole family
Now
for
everybody's gonna
welcoming
nap.
us. Yeah, so guys, check out our video series and check out his channel.
That's right.
All his social media accounts. I'll put the links in the description below. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.
Again, bye-bye.
Bye from Singapore.